Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes have done it once again by putting on a show and just proving the haters wrong. In what was a big, anticipated, and highly recognized game, Colorado went out and really just showed out towards the end of this game and showed just how much heart and grit they have as a team. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about what happened. First, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is the truth, because after this game, you can't deny Shedeur Sanders no more. You can't say too much more about him, but the fact that he is a gamer and he is becoming a winner and showing you that he is a winner and that he's doing whatever it takes. He has the skill, the poise, the mindset, and the grit to just go out there and be a great quarterback. Because if you watch the entire game, you saw just how lackluster and how bad Colorado looked early on. Shedeur throwing an early interception, a fumble from Travis Hunter, and it was just real sloppy. And Colorado State they were able to maintain that and take advantage of it and get out to an early lead going into the half. And it started to look a little bit worrisome, and in a game that a lot of people expected Colorado to blow the water out of CSU came back and they showed that they got some players on their team, and that Colorado wasn't just going to trample over them. So I have to give a lot of props to Colorado State, and they did show a lot of heart, and they did come to play. You cannot deny that. But Shedeur Sanders, after all the adversity Colorado went through that game, coming out in a very disappointing fashion early on, not being able to convert, not being able to move the chains, the offense not going anywhere, the defense giving up a lot of plays, can't really stop nothing. And down the stretch of the game, CSU got another touchdown, and I'm pretty sure that put the game at 28-17. And at that point in time, I'm pretty sure it was about 11 to 10 minutes left, and it didn't look good. And a lot of people, it was looking like Colorado was on the verge of losing. But they came down, they got a field goal, and then the defense got a stop. And then coming from the 2-yard line after a great punt from Colorado State, the Buffaloes went out and had a 98-yard drive for a huge touchdown to tie the game. And that drive alone, but also how he played in overtime, Shedeur Sanders shows you that he is a true and legit quarterback that is one of the top quarterbacks in the nation right now. And you can't deny it. Throwing for 4 touchdowns with 348 passing yards, while also having a completion percentage of 80%, which is insane. And I know a lot of people want to give props to Deion, and you're going to hear a lot about Deion Sanders and just, once again, the story about him having this team together, creating this team, and, just really just letting this team show out and being the head of this team as the head coach. And Deion deserves all the props and everything in the world. But me saying that, I don't want people to forget and don't want people to undermine just how great these players are on that roster. Because although they did come out and disappointed, early on, not being able to convert on offense and the defense giving up a lot of plays and a lot of points, just the ability to overcome that adversity and always have that next play mentality, and always looking forward to and always coming up at the right time to just make the perfect and right play when needed. For instance, the defense was giving up points all the entire game. They couldn't get a stop, but towards the end when they needed it, and overall just the whole entire team with Travis Hunter going out, I do think that late hit from that safety did play a part in him having to miss the rest of that game later on when he was decided to rule out. Losing Travis Hunter, you're losing your number 1 cornerback and your number 1 receiver. With 10 minutes left in the fourth, you're down 28-17, and you still rally up and you still come to play and you fight back and win in what was a thriller of a double overtime, which was insane. I was jumping up in my seats just out of pure excitement, just for how crazy the game was. Now, I do have some concerns with Colorado. Obviously, they're playing Oregon next, so I do think that is a game I'm going to have to go and look at a lot closer as it starts to come up and figure out, just what my picks are going to be. And quite honestly, Colorado has a lot to work on. Their O-line and their running game is really just non-existent when you're going against good schools such as Oregon and USC that are coming up on your schedule. So that is something that you have to look at and you have to worry about, and not just the running game but also the offensive line as a whole, because the last 2 games, in that Nebraska game and this game, the O-line they're getting beat a lot. I'm pretty sure in the Nebraska game, Shedeur got sacked, I want to say 6, 7, 8 times around that. And I think he got sacked, maybe 3 or 4 times, but he did get pressured a lot. So that is something that they are going to have to figure out if they're looking to go out there and beat teams like Oregon and USC. And not only that, but their secondary, number 14 for Colorado State, was torching them all game. And even when they was just rushing 3 and dropping 8 back, they were still getting torched, and they just couldn't do anything about the passing game and deep plays. So that is something that is going to be a big concern, especially when you're going against passers like Bo Nix and Caleb Williams. So that is a very big concern on my part, and I think that's going to be a problem, and that could cost them these next 2 games if they don't manage to fix that right away. And my last concern is just how healthy is Travis Hunter going to be, because that late hit on him was bad. It wasn't a head hit or anything. He got hit right in the midsection, and you could see as soon as he got hit, he went down and he kind of, just stayed on the ground, because you could tell he was hurting. And he missed a couple of series, but he went back in. But later on, he had to go to the hospital, and he was ruled out for the rest of the game. And I'm pretty sure that played a part in what happened. So, I'm not too sure, if he's going to play next game. And if he does play next game, is he going to be able to play, his consistent amount of snaps, which is playing offense and defense, 90 to 100% of the time on both ends. So that is something you're going to have to worry about. And I do hope he's healthy and, everything works out and he's able to be okay and come back. That is something you have to look at. But yeah, that was a real short one. I really just wanted to get this out the way and just, congratulate Colorado on the game, and, just talk about how Deion and Shedeur Sanders, especially Shedeur Sanders, is really just, they're prime. I'm sorry, it's cliche, but they are the real deal. They are prime time to watch, and Shedeur Sanders is the real deal. I'm telling you now, he's the real deal. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate you for watching. My name is Ojari Brown. See you on the next one. Peace out.